This is Eric Riper. I'm John Kilpatrick, and we're with Okolona Aikido in Louisville, Kentucky, USA. And today we want to look at basic leading from ski. And of course, ski is where he's just stabbing. It's just a stab to the belly. And for this exercise, I'm going to stand with my feet perpendicular to the line of attack, like you would do in judo or jiu-jitsu, in kuda, rather than your standard Aikido stance, because this is just easier, and I don't want you to have to think about anything except the leading. When you're learning it, that's enough to have to think about. And the reason we're going to stand this way is if your partner knows which side you're going to, they just follow you. They just stab where you're going. They don't pay attention to what you're doing, so it's hard for you to lead them. So I want to be able to turn this way or turn this way with equal facility. And so then the technique is going to be, first get your distance. So I want my distance such that our weapons don't quite touch. His weapon is his practice stick. My weapon is my hands. And in Aikido, the attack is when he comes within that range. It's not when he actually does something. So if he starts moving toward me, that is the attack. And so this is our basic practice distance. And the technique we're going to do, I'm going to do it standard Aikido way where my hands are down. It makes a lot of sense to have your hands up here. It's easier if you're in a real situation and somebody is causing you trouble. You know, if somebody, a panhandler's coming up and you feel threatened or something and you say, "I'm sorry, I can't help you," and you get your hands up and you start backing away, then all the people with their little cell phones taking videos of this, it's obvious to everybody that you're trying to avoid trouble. But we'll do standard Aikido practice. So he attacks, and it's just this simple movement. Now, I say simple movement. Really, it's not that easy to get this to work right. So there's certain things. Now, I'm just having you do this very simple movement. When I started trying to teach this to students, I had them doing more complicated stuff. I had them doing this and then following up with something else, and they had a lot of problems. So you got to learn this first. And one problem that people have is they think of this as a knife, which makes sense in training. But the problem with that is then they get very upset about that thing and they want to get away from it. So when he goes to stab, they're coming down here and they're trying to get this thing and keep it away from them. Well, that might be a good idea in a fight, but it's not what we're practicing. It's not what you do in Aikido. So I want you to just bring your hands up. Now, the other thing is, your natural inclination when somebody's attacking you is to try to push them away. And so that's manifested by blocking or parrying or something. But we want to draw our partner toward us. This is really important if you're on the ground. But so when he comes, I want to have this feeling of drawing him to me. So my palms are toward me. I'm not out like this. I'm not pushing him away. I'm not hitting him. I'm not doing anything to make him go away. I'm drawing him to me. So I have this drawing motion. And the other mistake that people tend to make is related to this practice too, this weapon. And that is, they want to attack the weapon. So he attacks, and they're right here immediately. So they started off okay. They didn't try to parry, but boy, they're right here. They want to get a hold of this thing and make sure they keep it away from them. So they stop too soon. So it's really important when you do this that you turn like this and lead it through you. So that's the exercise, and really that's all there is to it. And once you get where you can do this, then Aikido Tenkan really makes sense. So as he attacks, see, now this Tenkan is very easy to do. When he attacks and I draw him through me here, he's overextended and his structure is broken. And so when his structure is broken here, it's nothing to bring him around, and then we can do some kind of technique or something very easily. Now, you can also, not only can you also, but you have to be randomly mixing this up with going forward. So he attacks, and I shouldn't have put that hand down. I'm going into a technique, but you can't do that at first. So he comes, and you just turn like this, and bring this on out. Don't stop it prematurely. So this is the exercise. You can do this Swariwaza. So it's very easy to do this here. And so he attacks. And you notice I'm just reaching out, and I want to make sure that what he's seeing is my hands. And it's very important when you're practicing this that Uki gives you feedback. It's not enough that he misses you. You want, if Uki doesn't report that when you did this, all he saw was your hands and forearms, then you didn't do it right. Now you can do this not completely right, and a lot of times Uki will miss. But if he misses and he was seeing your body, even though he didn't have time to respond, then he didn't get it right. So you've got to get it right. And really this is amazingly easy in a way. You can do this where he rapidly attacks, one attack right after another. So that might be something like this. And so he attacks, and now he attacks again, and he attacks again. That's enough. And so, and this gets you used to being able to do this from any stance, because you don't have time to prepare, you don't have time to get set. But really, once you get the idea of just getting these hands up here and leading this guy past you, it's quite amazing.